Hi, Sam Roberts here for ProRaster. In the latest version of ProRaster, in Essential, Premium and Scientific, we just ship some new colour tables. So they're the Fabio Crameri Scientific Colour Maps. They're not really maps, they're tables. And that is a set of tables that adds to the colour CET tables that we were already shipping for some time. So in both cases, they're colour tables that are perceptually uniform. They're scientifically designed to give you good colour contrast and perception. Whether or not you actually find them pleasing to the eye is another question. But let's take a look at them. So let's look at the new Fabio Crameri colour maps. So let's just open up Jabco perhaps. I'll make that a bit bigger so we can see it. So go to the colour page and you'll find that these things are installed with the software, and so they'll all just be available. So there are three sets of colour tables. The first set are ones that I've created or designed. Some of them are sort of legacy colour tables. There are colour tables from ER Mapper that are still alive here in ProRaster. And then we have all the CET, colour CET colour tables. And if you go down the bottom, you'll get to these ones. So from Acton onwards, you'll find all of the Fabio Crameri colour tables. So for example, we can choose cork, and there's that particular colour table. So I just want to show a couple of things. Firstly, you'll notice that in addition to the normal colour tables, they have these colour tables with the same colour scheme but with an S naming, and what they've done is they've gathered all the colours from that table, put them all together, not randomised. They've chosen them according to an algorithm in order to get the maximum amount of contrast, presumably, between each colour in the table. So these can actually be quite useful with classified rasters. So if we add an algorithm for this one, classified Queensland Rural Properties. I'll just take this over here. So this is something that's got a lot of classes, but doesn't have any colour associated with it. So we'll just, instead of displaying it as an image, we're displaying it as a colour lookup table. So I'll delete that and go into colour. So instead of just choosing something like pseudo colour, we'll do no transform, and we'll do rotate index. And then I'll choose one of these new colour tables, like for example Davos. And when I do that, it changes the rotation of the colour number to the number of colours in the colour table, which is convenient. And you can see that it renders each class in that classified raster using one of these different colours in that perceptually uniform colour map. So it's kind of handy. I'll just show you one other. So if we go back to our map of the world, there are some colour tables down here that are designed for this sort of thing. So for example, this one here, Oleron. We have blue for the ocean, and then greens and browns through the terrain. So this is not a colour map, it's a colour table. So in order to make it useful for terrain, you're going to have to turn it into a colour map. So let's just do that quickly. So we're working with Oleron. So we'll go to our SCM tables. Go down to Oleron, there it is. Then I'm going to create a new colour table from the selected table. I'm going to put it into my user-defined colour tables. I'm going to call it, what was it called? Oleron. Oleron mapped. And I'm going to create a lookup table with a data map. Just hit OK. And there it is. And now we can edit it. So what you need to do is put data values into this data column to match the colours. So we have here the deep ocean, so let's call this minus 5,000. Now you don't have to put data values into every row in this colour table. You can only put in a few if you want. So come up here, this is a transition, so we'll put in 0 there. And perhaps we'll put minus 200 here for the edge of the continental shelf. And then in here, perhaps we'll go to 3,000 metres. And we've got all these greens, so we'll bring this out to about, say, 500 metres. So there's our Oleron map. Hit OK. Come back in here and then we'll choose it. And now we're actually mapping colour. Oh, we have to choose it up here as the data transform. So we go to our user-defined colour tables. There it is. Now we're actually mapping colour to data. So if we zoom in and if we turn on our key data value, here we're negative, and then as soon as we go positive, we go into our greens and up into our whites for high terrain. So that's how you can quite easily turn these colour tables into an actual colour map that has a colour table as well as a data mapping, and you can make better use of these new colour tables that are now shipped with ProRaster. Thanks for watching.